This is a demonstration of how you would connect to one of the Zoom halls in the TASME conference session. There are two different ways of doing it. Perhaps the first and the simplest way to do it is as follows. Open a browser such as the Firefox browser. The suggestion first is to go and clear the cache. Click on Clear Data. Clear all the cache information that you have. Having done that, there are different Zoom halls in the TASME conference where you can join one after another. In other words, at any point in time, if you are on a single computer, you can only access one of the Zoom halls. If you have already read the conference website information, you will know that there are 4 different Zoom halls. The first one is the Zoom main hall. The second one is labeled as the medicine hall, and the third one as the engineering hall, and the last one as the science hall. Right now, we will see how to access one of the halls. The easiest way to access is to first type in the link address to the hall. In this case, we will access the science hall by typing the following address or the link address: http://tinyurl.com/TASME science. Now you will be required to save and execute a file. Please bear in mind that this step might be slightly different from one browser to the other browser. In our case, as I mentioned earlier, we are using the Firefox browser. Click on Save. Open the location where the file is saved. Double click. And you will see that the connection is made. However, the host has initiated the waiting room, which means the host need to let you into the conference hall. When the host lets you in, then you can join the conference by clicking on the Join with Computer Audio. In your case, if you are an audience, you will be automatically muted when you enter the meeting hall. Please keep that in mind. One other thing that's important to note here, we were able to join the meeting without providing a passcode. Please remember, on the day of the conference, before you are allowed in, you will be required to put in a passcode. Having said that, I will demonstrate the access to another hall using the same procedure. But before we do so, let me quickly show the conference hall. At this point in time, there is nobody in the conference hall, but however, we will see how the conference hall looks like. This is at least how the conference hall looks like. So you will now be facing the speaker, and you can start listening to the programs in the conference hall. Again, it's important to remember that you can switch from one hall to the other hall, and the fact that you also can use different ways of gaining access to the halls. Once again, you might be asked to provide a passcode, and you need to provide the passcode if you are required to do so to access the hall. Now you can leave this conference right now by clicking on Leave. You'll see Leave Meeting. Now let's see how we can access another conference hall. In this case, we will access the Science conference hall. I'm sorry, we already did that. We will access the Medicine conference hall. Remember, there are two conference halls for the medicine session. One is known as the main hall, and the other one is known as the medicine hall. So let's gain access to the medicine hall as follows. Type http://tinyurl.com/TASME, and you will say medicine. Again, the same procedure. As you can see, a passcode is required. In this case, I will provide the passcode. Incidentally, this passcode will be provided to you in an email that you would have received from the conference organization committee. Once you join the conference hall, you will see that you are in the conference hall right now. The conference organizer hasn't shared the screen, or is not on the video. That's the reason you are not seeing the person on the video. So, and to conclude this session, once again we will access the conference science hall. In other words, we are going back to the conference science hall. First, we will leave this hall or leave this meeting by clicking on Leave. Click on Leave Meeting. Now one more example, or one more time, let's go back to the Science Conference Hall. Enter, open link. As you can see, in this case, the Science Conference Hall host has put you in the waiting room. So in conclusion, what you saw, you were able to get into two different meeting halls. One of them was the Science Conference Hall. That's the one that we are waiting to get into right now. We entered into that in a previous demonstration. Please remember that in this case, you are placed in a meeting room, so you have to wait until the host will let you into the meeting. In the second case, the host decided not to have a waiting room, instead to have a passcode. So when you try to get into the second hall, which incidentally was the medicine hall, you were required to provide a passcode. Bear in mind, on the day of the conference, you might be in a hall where the host might have put both security protections in effect. So when you access, or when you try to join a meeting that has both security features activated, you need to not only wait in the waiting room, but you also need to provide a passcode just to get into the meeting, which means getting into the waiting room in this case. We will wait for a couple of seconds so that the host will let us in, so that we can conclude this demonstration. As you can see, the host has admitted you into the conference hall, so you are free to join with computer audio. Here are a few other things to notice or take note. One is that all the audience will be muted upon entry, and you will not be able to unmute yourself. So if you are in the audience and you are listening to a speaker, the speaker will speak for the first 10 minutes. Then for the next 5 minutes, there will be a question and answer session. For the question and answer session, you will be sending your questions using the chat feature. And somebody who is monitoring the conference will then convey your question to the conference chair or the speaker, who will in return answer your question. At any point in time, if the meeting abruptly ends, we suggest that you try joining the meeting again, or if any point in time, if you lose connection, you can start the process all over again. I hope this demonstration helped you. We look forward to seeing you on the day of the conference. Bye for now.